Good morning, student. Today we are going to learn about the remaining part of the paper chromatography. So we'll learn about the two-dimensional development of paper chromatography. So two-dimensional development of paper chromatography, we develop the chromatograph in two dimension. What we do first, we take the paper chromatography with the spotted sample and we dip into the solvent, and after that, after the suppression of the spot, we turn it to the 90-degree and again we keep into the different solvent. So what happened, again the spots is separated so well so that you don't have a problem in finding out the different spots which was very close. So you can see it here, the spot was there and then it has made it to run in a solvent, and then it has been turned to 90-degree and again it has been now put into the solvent, and this has been separated so well. So in this, the identification and the identification of the spots become very easy. The other method is called circular or radial development. What we do it here, we make a radius, we make a two circle with a we make a two circle and with equidistance we spot the sample, and when we spot the sample at the circle, what happened, the solvent system through the wig is allowed to move into the paper, and then it moves to the paper, and when the separation happen, we take out the wig from the solvent and we just find out the which are the solvent. We develop this chromatogram by using the identification method. Now, drying of a chromatograph. Chromatograph is taken out of the tank position of the solvent front and marked with a pencil and dried by the cold or hot air depending on the volatility of the solvent. The other concern after the development of the chromatogram, we have to look for the detecting agent or visualizing agent. Generally, we don't have a problem when the spots are colorful. We make out very easily visually that there is a spot. But when the spot are colorless, it become a challenge to identify. So we have a different method for identification. You have a specific method or you have non-specific method. Non-specific method is a general method through which you can find out where is the spot, but we don't say what it is basically. So non-specific methods are the method we use by UV chamber, or we use by iodine method, or be used by the treatment of acid like sulfuric acid. Whereas you have a specific method through which you find out where is the protein, and we use ninhydrin. You have drag and drop reagent, and you have 3,5-dinitrobenzene which is used for aldehyde or ketone, or steroids to find out, or phenolic compound ferric chloride is used. So this can be, these are the compound which can be specific identification, or there can be a non-specific identification depending upon, when you know it what it is you can go for specific, when you don't know what it is you go for non-specific. And then again is this about the spot, right? About the spot, it either can be destructive or it can be non-destructive. Destructive means the sample which has been separated, you cannot isolate as such the sample from that, and when it is non-destructive you can get rid the sample when it is spotted onto the paper. So for non-destructive, for destructive method, we use a specific spraying agent like ninhydrin, or we use sulfuric acid. Whereas non-destructive method, for radioactive, you have a Jaeger-Muller counter or UV chamber or iodine chamber. You can get it for non-destructive method. Quantitative estimation, you can find out how much is the quantity present in that. So there is a direct method. In direct method, what you do, you compare, right? There are two different methods for quantitative estimation. Is direct method, other is indirect method. So in direct method, what you do, you compare with the visible spot. You prepare the spot of a standard sample and you visualize how much is this spot and how much is this, and with that comparison you can find out. And there is another method called photodensitometer, which find out how much is the density of the sample and you find out the amount. And there is a fluorometry method, which are fluorescence compound, you can find how much is this amount. Radio tracer is there, which can tell you how much is the amount present in the sample. And the plographic and the conductometric method, which you tell you that how much is the amount present in that. In direct method, in this technique, the spots are cut into the portion and eluted into eluted with the solvent, and this solution can be analyzed by the technique of analysis like called spectrophotometer or electrochemical method. So in the previous class we have talked about the RA value. What is RA value? RA value is the distance traveled by the sample to the distance traveled by the spot. It helps us in finding out what is the what how far this is matching to the original standard sample, right? RF value give you, it help us in identifying the substance. And what are the application of paper chromatography? Its application is to find out the mixture of drugs, separation of carbohydrate, vitamins, antibiotic, protein, identification of drug, identification of impurities, and analysis of metabolites of drug and urine. And advantage of PC is that is rapid, simple, inexpensive, excellent resolving method. And what's the precaution in PC? You need to establish the vapor solvent equilibrium. That's also called saturation.